fan of CBD and the benefits it can give, then please go and check out our sponsors for this podcast, Northern Lights CBD. If you go to their website, northernlightscbd.co.uk, you get 50% off everything on their website, including special offers if you use the code XMAS50. That's XMAS50, XMAS50. For gummies, oils, balms, e-liquids, wellness and pets. So go and check that out, guys. Thanks very much. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. How are we all doing? Off the Underside, we're joined by another fantastic guest tonight. Really excited about this one. It's actor and comedian and the bravest man in Coatbridge is Mr. Stuart Hay. How you doing, Stuart?
Not bad, boys. How you doing? All right?
We're all good, mate. We're all good. Aye. Not only are you fucking born and raised in Coatbridge, you still stay there. You're a Rangers man, and you're open about you're a Rangers. You're open to the world that you're a Rangers man.
Mate, this is the thing. When was the last time you were in Coatbridge? Do you know? Do you go through
About 4 hours ago. About 4 hours ago.
Mate, Coatbridge isn't it? It's no as one-sided as people may think. Like, I understand there's a lot of things that have been said. Coatbridge is Little Island, and don't get me wrong, there's a lot of Celtic fans that live here, but there's a massive amount of Rangers fans.
I'm one of them.
There you go. There you go.
He's your next door neighbour, mate.
Aye, come on in. Come on, we'll just share this.
I stay in the flats in the Wifflet.
I mean, you know, you look out your window, you've got car. Well, actually, Wifflet's one of the funniest streets of all time. So I grew up in the Wifflet. I mean, it's a 100-metre long road. At the top end is a Celtic pub, and then the bottom end is a Rangers pub. You know what I mean? But in the middle is the shop. So we both need to go to the fucking shop for a carry when it comes to Old Firm games. You know what I mean?
Two queues always.
That's it, mate. But there's a huge. I think that the Rangers fans of Coatbridge they go over and above. There's a really funny wee running battle between the Rangers fans and Celtic fans here. I don't know if you've seen this, Corey. Then there used to be a wall at the McDonald's in Coatbridge, right? And somebody had wrote Union Bears, right? Big Union Bears right across it. And then the Celtic fans would come and change the U to an O, so it'd say Onion Bears, right? And then 2 weeks later, the Rangers fans would change it back and it'd say Union Bears. And then the Celtic fans, it was continuously for about 6 months to a year. One week it's Union Bears, next week it's Onion Bears, and fucking just.
And the council tried to paint it over white. And that just made it worse because you had green and orange, and after it would change the red and blue. After fucks.
There's nobody fucking better than Old Firm fans, is there, man?
Just made the whole childishness of the patter is what I live for, mate. I fucking love every bit of it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, mate. The more petty, the better. I fucking love it.
Yeah, so you grew up there, mate. Like I say, you still stay there. Was it? Like I say, you're an actor like comedian, mate. Was it always your dream to kind of get into that kind of
thing? Mate, it was something I just fell into, mate. I've been fucking working since I was 16, just fucking odd jobs. I was a postman for the majority of my teens into my early 20s and into my early 30s. I was a postman for 12 years. And I used to play in bands, not loyalist bands. I used to play in bands. I wanted to be a musician. So I just did that. I'd play bands with my pals, but football was already a massive thing for everybody and anybody. So it was always in the background. Just you'd watch kind of Only an Excuse and stuff like that, and that's funny. And I think it was maybe about 10 years ago. I thought, I'd like to get a wee shot at maybe writing a couple of wee sketches and see how it goes. And didn't think anything. It was just one of my pals that I was playing in bands with. He decided to go and study film in college. And just 1 year he went, you still want to write and film a couple of sketches? I need stuff for my portfolio. And I was like, aye, fuck it, we'll have a laugh and see how it goes. So we made a couple and it was funny and shared with my pals and all that, blah, blah, blah. And then I got a wee in with the BBC in 2017. And we just carried on for there. And it's just kind of, it's grew for there. I got to write Only an Excuse back in 2020. I got to write. I was in it and I managed to be on it in 2020. And then they canned it. So I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing. Right, that was me. And so it was just that, mate. It was something I very much fell into. And coming from Coatbridge, like a lot of the people are about me, like, well, from the other side of the persuasion. So you'd hear all the pattern, all the banter, and then we'd get back and forth all the time. You're going, there's something really funny here. Like, you are saying things that are, like, if I turn around and say to you, you'd be an absolute redneck and stuff like that. So I was like, you know, there's jokes in here. So I started writing just wee jokes, and that's how the full thing kind of started snowballing. and it's been that ever since, mate. And just everything's just kind of stemmed from that. Everything's just kind of opened doors and fucking went down one path, and now I do theatre shows, which is the weirdest thing ever. Fucking about 3 years ago, I'd never been in a theatre in my life, and fucking now I'm a London West End fucking writer, which is weird as fuck. Somebody actually was quite funny. Somebody called me Hundred Lloyd Webber, which is the funniest fucking joke I've ever heard in my life. I'm all for that. Hundred Lloyd Webber.
Andrew Lloyd Webber, aye.
So,
I know how you feel, mate, but I'll grow the upbringing of being amongst other kind of persuasions. I'm a big Celtic fan, mate, and I grew up in Ibrox, right across the road from Ibrox Stadium.
aye.
Fucking right up to the age of 16-year-old, man, just Rangers fans everywhere, mate. So I know exactly how you feel. And that was during the fucking 90s. So
Aye.
that was tough times, man.
I can imagine, mate. I can imagine. Aye, mate. That's just obviously the school I went to, everybody was Rangers fans, you know what I mean? But the boys I lived next to, they went to a Catholic school, and they were the boys I think about with after school. And so I was the only, every one of my pals growing up, like the boys I ran about me on the street, like I was the only Rangers fan. So it was a weird thing. And then go to high school, you made new pals who were obviously Rangers fans, you'd go to the games and stuff like that, but I always still had my pals that were Celtic fans. And just especially over the last 10 years, it just what's been happening with Rangers in the past 10 years. I have took a lot of fucking shite. And that's been at me. But aye, so as Coatbridge, it's not as one-sided as people may think. There's probably about 60,000 people in Coatbridge. I say 40,000, 35, 40,000 are Celtic. The rest are Rangers and die-hard Rangers. Like, they go over and above. It's mental.
I was going to... Oh, what was I going to ask you? Just see... Like, with the slaggings and all that you were saying, is that really what started your comedy then? Because I always remember...
So, mate. Aye. As I say, it's like there was times where it's going back to what I was saying about the pettiness of it. So, for example, like there'd be like a blatant red card in a Rangers and Celtic game, and I'd have one of my Celtic pals going, "Fuck, you're absolute 100%," and you're going, "No, wasn't he?" And then, but if it was all the way around, I'd be saying the same thing, and it was just all that chalk and cheese of going like, you change your tune regardless of like the situation and stuff like that. Like whatever happened in a game one week, the very same thing could happen in the game the next week, and they'd have a completely different opinion on it because it didn't benefit them. And I'd see a lot, and then just growing up working in factories and things like that, and then working in the post, like just having that kind of working class life. Like talking about football was a big thing every single day, and working in places where they were very opinionated elder men, that was always dead funny, and that was one of the big influences of doing like the sketch characters that I do, the two boys in the van, because everybody knows people at them. Everybody's got to work. Where there's some guy, there's two fans at each other's fucking throat, and they'll just try to wind each other up, and they're just trying to really fucking get the other one to bite. I mean, that's an everyday occurrence. People, that kind of stuff is what makes people go to work half the time. Like, they want to go to work because they want to go and, if Rangers beat Celtic, and I can't wait to get to work Monday to fucking see that guy, or Celtic beat Rangers, I can't wait to get to work. You know what I mean? That was
Davey Budge too. So any opportunity that Celtic got beat, he was like, oh, "How are we today, boys? How are we?" Like, get yourself
first in the door.
Aye.
Second in the door.
Aye, first in the door every time. So so it just happened naturally, mate. It just it was never something I properly pursued. I got an opportunity to do something. I tried my hand at it, and then the more it worked, the more I really put effort into it and going, "Do you know what? Actually, I could do something here. This is working a lot better than I thought it was going to." And that's really it, mate. That's how we've got to here.
The first I kind of noticed you, mate, was obviously online when you were doing your sketches and stuff like that, and obviously you went on to write and produce The Journey Back, which was a massive success.
Thanks very much.
No bother. How did... Obviously, you wrote for TV and that as well, as you say. Was that... How did you come into the theatre side of things then?
A weird thing, mate. Very, very... a lot of these stories are very much just random chances, mate. Random opportunities. With the BBC, mate, it was literally... There was a... It was an application form that somebody passed on to me one day with the theatre shows. It was Big Grado. I never knew he knew who I was. There used to be a Rangers show in the Pavilion, and it was called Rally and the Rangers. I didn't know anything about it. Again, before I'd done all this, I didn't take any interest in what's happening in the theatre. I mean, what actual football fan really does. And he got a hold of me and he went, we do this show in the pavilion called Rally and the Rangers. I'm in it. I can't do it this year. Do you want to do it? And at that time, only excuse had just ended. There was nothing really happening. I was just continuing to work away at the post. I think at that time I thought, oh, well, we've had my wee run. Maybe that's it. Maybe there's nothing else really comes for it. That's really it. And then again, this opportunity just fucking landed in my lap. And I went, aye, fuck it. I was like, I'll go and try it out. And it was mental, mate. Absolutely mental. But I think they'd done like 19 shows. They were all sold out. Place holds like 1,200 people, man. So every night it was just chaos, man. Just absolute carnage. And it gave me a wee spark. But I didn't like the story. The story of the show was just random nonsense. It was just a Rangers show for the sake of being a Rangers show. And I seen the amount of people that would come to see things like that. I mean, maybe I should write one. I should write a proper one. Being a Rangers fan, I'll write something about something that we can all maybe have experienced and we wrote about the coming back. A big thing about doing it, when we started doing it, a lot of Rangers fans were like, "What are you doing that for? That sounds fucking terrible." Like, why would I want to relive those moments? And I was like, mate, it's not about that. A lot of people on the surface, a lot of people thought it was just about a story about just watching Rangers come back up. It wasn't. It's a story about a community. It's a story about like my experience and every other Rangers fan's experience. Like, 1 year you're going to Champions League games and you're winning leagues, and then the next year later you're in fucking Elgin at a public park going, "Fuck happened here?" You know what I mean? And it was a story about that experience of coming back through from a fan's point of view, getting all the way back up the leagues, winning the title, then getting to Seville. All in the space of 10 years. I mean, a lot of Rangers fans really shy away for that fact, and I can understand. I mean, it was a period of time where not a lot of Rangers fans really want to reminisce about. It was the banter years. That's what Celtic fans called it. I mean, for the best part of 10 years, that was the stick Rangers fans got. But the way I viewed it was in 10 years, that club got all the way from the very bottom, all the way back up, won a league, got to a European final within 10 years. There's no other club in the world that's done that. If Celtic went down to the bottom and they done that, you'd have a lounge named after it. You know what I mean? Something like that. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
There'd be a statue outside the somebody. You know what I mean?
The administrator.
So that was a full thing. If anybody that came and seen it, and then people did come and see it, and they understood it, and that's when it started growing to the level it's at now.
Are you taking to Australia, is that right, next year?
Sydney Opera House, mate. That's a good fucking laugh on it.
We're flipped to Sydney. It's no bad. Tommy Tango's to the Opera House. It's no bad.
That's it, mate. I've started going to Tommy Tango's before I go and get my bottle of wine for the flight. Don't worry about that.
One of the men that did come and see it was Davey boy. Davey, you got a story to tell, Stuart, have you?
Aye. I came. No. I thought the sing song was the best thing about it.
Was that?
The sing song was the best thing about it.
That's all I wanted to do. It was like it was a comedy. The full show's a comedy show. A lot of people don't realize it. It's a comedy. You know what I mean? Because the full fucking thing was comedic as fuck when you think about it. And but it's a sing song and all. And then we do a wee half-time thing because it was, from my point of view, from a guy who's never been to theatre, what would make me want to go to the theatre? Let me go and get a drink and have a sing song and have a laugh with my pals. So I wrote a show that's literally that. You know what I mean? You can come, you can have a sing song, you can have a laugh with your pals, and that's what it is.
Well, it was my missus that bought the tickets for well, she told me it was for the Friday night. Mm-hmm. Go all the way to the front door, and the guy's like that. They're no valid. Aye. Right, and we couldn't make it because I think we were out doing something else. So we had to stand outside. She's fucking, I'm like, that's a fucking waste of time, this. She went to go through their tickets so we could go in and watch it.
See if he got a hold of me there and then.
There you go, see if it was this time.
Well, I'm telling you now, there's my refund.
I'll give you a refund, I'll give you a refund, no problem. Mate, you see the things I do, it's insane. I mean,
it was quite funny, but because Callum Beattie was behind us, and when we were going, I think it was the half-time bit, and he was walking out, and he's like, you can't say these things in like normal things. So I think he was up the back singing and all. So I think people wouldn't notice him.
I knew Callum went to one of the shows we done in Armadillo. That's how we ended up getting him for doing the Hydro. I never knew he was there. Somebody told me he was there, but apparently I had a really good time.
Having his dad.
Aye, when he's there. But mate, that's mental. Like, see, like doing these shows, see doing like the Armadillo, doing the Hydro. There's nobody in the history of the Hydro where you can phone the person who's on stage. My number's in every fucking ticket. So see that full week running up to the Hydro, mate, I'm getting phone calls for fucking wee Sadie and a fucking man going, by the way, any chance you could change my tickets over? I don't really fancy sitting there and I'm having to fucking go and do it. You know what I mean? And I still do that shit to this day. Like, I'm the main contact for all ticket shit. And people can phone me up. You know what I mean? I was like, I used to have about an hour before going on stage. Stuart, any chance you're another ticket for my pal? Just shit like that. Happens all the time.
You need that dynamic pricing for yourself, I think. To the lowest tick.
No, but again, I'm happy to do it because I'm in a very fortunate situation. So who am I to turn around and no be there for people's queries or anything they need done? I'm very grateful that people came in the first place. So mate, if I could stand at the front of the place and let you all in, I'd be that guy.
Yeah.
That's it, mate. Stay humble. Don't turn into one of these fucking sausages that goes up there and asks. You know what I mean? So, but you've got I've noticed you've got the Gallant Pioneer. Is that you got a new show coming up?
I don't want to do another one. Like, I don't want to outstay my welcome and I don't want to push my luck. I felt as if I'd done something and I took it to as bigger places as I could possibly take it. And it's hard work, mate. It's stressful, man. I've got a family, you know what I mean? I've got a wee Wayne running about this year as well, and just the workload is insane. And but I always think to myself, I used to be a postman, so what am I moaning about? I mean, I'd take this headache fucking every day of the week. But I always say, I was like, after we finished the journey back, we were supposed to finish the journey back in Sydney in September there. We had to reschedule it to February this year. And that would have been it done. And I was planning on just sitting in Mars for a year. And I've got a wee football shop, a wee football top shop in Clydebank. I was like, that'll do me. I'll go there and I'll chill out for a year. But somebody kept on putting wee hints in my head going, you should do another one, you should do another show. And the Armadillo was getting a hold of me going, we've got these dates if you fancy doing another show and all that kind of. And then I mean, I'm only going to do one if it's going to be the right show, if it's going to be the right idea, because it reminded me of that rally around the Rangers. Like, I didn't want to just go and do a Rangers show for the sake of doing it. I wrote one, I was happy with it, it worked, I was proud of it. I was only ever going to do another one if it was worthwhile to do. And then I found these boys that do a tour in Glasgow called the Founders Trail. And they take people around about Glasgow and show them where Rangers were formed and all the stories about them and stuff like that. And it was massively interesting, and it was really fucking like, there was stories that I didn't know, and there was stories that I'd even argue that 90% of Rangers fans didn't know. And I meant, why are we not learning about this? Like, there's a museum in Ibrox now, but it's like one corner of it is that. And then you've got the full museums about everything else. I was like, there's not really much about the boys that started Rangers Football Club, and like these guys who done the Founders Trail really unearthed a ton. I mean, they found like the graves of these people, and 90% of the graves were just unmarked graves. I was like, fucking, this guy created Rangers Football Club, and he's in a pauper's grave. Like, so they would go out their way and they would raise funds to get their graves restored and stuff like that. So I went back down the road and I took a couple of months and I really thought about writing a story about an in-depth story about the creation of Rangers in the first 40 or 50 years, because there's some really funny stories in it. Again, this one's a comedy as well. Two of the boys were brothers. They were 15 years old. I can imagine the two of them hated each other, punching fuck at each other, shit like that. I mean, but it was in 1872. So it's basically everything you can imagine that goes on now, but it's in 1872. And there's a guy that doesn't really get a lot. Doesn't get a lot of coverage. It's a man called Tom Valance. And he was a massive part of the early foundation of Rangers, and not a lot of Rangers fans really know about him or know much about him. You don't really hear much about him, but this guy's story is insane. He was there from day dot for the first year of Rangers when they played down at Glasgow Green down the Fleshers Hall, and he was the only one that was still there when the opening of the main stand in 1929. The rest of the boys had either died or had moved on to something else, but he'd stayed. He was the first captain. He was one of the first presidents. He had them out training 6 nights a week when it was a hobby. You know what I mean? Like, the game wasn't professional in Scotland until 1890. So he had them out training 6 nights a week in the piss and rain and stuff like that. And he really wanted to make Rangers a massive team. And so the stories about him and just his involvement in the early years of the Rangers. So, aye, it's going to be good. It's going to be funny. I've finished it. I've wrote it. We've got a really good cast. It's the Boys Forever City. And we're back in Armadillo. It's just going to be another one of the nights where we get a piss up and have a sing-song.
Fair play to you, mate, bringing these stories alive. You know what I mean? It's, as you say, a long time ago, and as you mentioned the cast there, mate, I'm a big River City fan, so it's a shame that I support Celtic right now, to be honest, because I'd be got to that, but
that's getting clipped that wee bit. That's getting remembered that wee bit.
Fuck it, it's true, mate. River City, man, fucking bringing old stories alive and all that, I'm in, but
there you go. You clip that bit up, we'll use that as the promo.
fuck it, man, I don't care, man. Fuck it, mate, you know what I mean?
But mate, funny, my missus is a die-hard Celtic, a full family die-hard Celtic. They've been die-hard Celtic since day dot, and I do these Rangers things. You should see her, man. She's fucking livid. She's like, when you storm this? Where's the end result here, man?
I think you should do one for what I was talking about earlier on, the 90s for us, man. Fuck it. Fuck it, mate. Get some dough at Baysides.
I couldn't see that. It's the full hanging out. Like, people say, would you ever do a Celtic one? Like, mate, it would be a slap in the face to Celtic fans for me to do a Celtic one. Imagine finding out some Rangers boys went and wrote about, mate. I'd get hounded out of town. Not a chance. But do you know what? I've said to a few people, the doors and opportunities are there. Go and write something. If you're a big Celtic fan and you've got a creative fucking mind, sit your ass down for 6 months, write a story, go and put it on. You know what I mean? It works. If since, mate, Celtic, I've got a ton of theatre shows. Celtic are the masters at theatre shows. You know what I mean? You can't fart in Celtic Park without somebody writing a story about it. You know what I mean? Honestly, the Celtic story, the Celtic, the musical, fucking Ben Dillett Betty, you've even got The Road to Seville, all these.
Everyone but Celtic.
Mate, there's a ton of Celtic plays. But I definitely urge, there's a few people I know that are big Celtic fans and they're writers, and I'm going, go and write a really good Celtic show. Go and write one about 67. Go and write one about fucking what's his name again? Fergus McCann. I mean, go and write something like that. I mean, go and do something. There's massive opportunity out there to go and do it. So if you know anybody that's doing it, go and do it. Honestly, because it's a lot of work, but it's extremely rewarding. I mean, getting to do something for a team that you support and being able to kind of connect with supporters of the team that you love is there's no better feeling.
I was convinced when I first seen your videos that you were
I was a Celtic fan.
See, because of the slaggings there was two Rangers. I'm like, only a Celtic fan would say shit like that.
Do you know why? Honestly, can I tell you something? Because it was a big thing as well. Like, the amount of money I pay into fucking Rangers Football Club, I've got every right to call them shite if they're shite, surely. Surely it's my right to turn around and call it how it is. The same way Celtic fans, I feel like now, the money you pay into this, and the very little you're getting back. You know what I mean? You've got every right to turn around and go, what a pile of shite is that? And being a Rangers fan over the past 15 years, you know what I mean? Like, there's been plenty of times where I've felt that way and everyone has felt that way. And but no, when I was doing the sketches, mate, doing the ones that slagged Rangers, they were hard to do. I didn't want to do them, but I did.
Well, since we're talking about Celtic Rangers being a pile of shite, there's nowhere else to go now apart from talking about the current fucking teams, because how bad, mate? So obviously Russell Martin started off the season, mate. Things didn't go too well in that. You've got Danny Rowland now. How are you feeling?
Better, but still absolute shell shocked for that absolutely horrendous 6 months Russell Martin put me through, mate. The icing on the cake for me was I went to Bruges when we got hammered 6-1, right? And I get the bus, 12 hour on that bus, right? And we all left in at 45 minutes. You know what I mean? I was like, I've just took a 12 hour bus here and everybody's walked out of the stadium at fucking 45 minutes. I mean, it was
funny you mentioned that. Did you watch Open Goal this week?
No, mate. Yeah. I try and catch home goals as much as I can.
Andy Halliday was saying that his dad, ever since Andy Halliday can remember, his dad went to away games. He's always been going to Rangers away games, like every single fucking away game. And the only one he's ever walked out at half time was Bruges.
Mate, the full stadium just emptied, mate. I remember it was hostile as any. It was one of the few times I've actually felt like, oh shit, baby, this is going to kick right off in here. I remember it was either the fourth goal or the fifth goal before half time anyway. I remember one of the goals went in and everybody just went, fuck this. And there was a couple of boys started screaming at the security. He opened the doors, fucking open the doors, fucking let us out. And it was just, mate, a bomb was about to go off in this fucking place. And the full thing was, well, everybody got to the stadium through buses they put on, right? But the buses weren't due back for another hour, right? So they're all scrambling, trying to get the buses back. So everybody's fucking outside the stadium, just fucking going absolutely. It was horrendous, mate. And that was the icing on the cake for me with Russell Martin. I didn't go back to Ibrox until Stephen Smith. He took, was it 2 each or 1 each or something he drew?
Right, 2 each.
2 each. I went back for that game. And then with Danny Rowe coming in, I'm starting to kind of just, I can see what he's doing. Just need to keep winning. That's really it. Just need to keep winning. It's a mental season. Rangers and Celtic being terrible. If Hearts win it, actually, what I say is, see if Rangers or Celtic win this league, then it's a fucking disgrace. Absolute disgrace. 2 years don't deserve to win this league. And if Hearts do bottle this, then it just shows you the absolute state of Scottish football. They're totally in the running for this, and it's down to them to get up. If they lose that and Celtic win this, then game's a bogey. If they lose this and Rangers win this, I'll be over the moon. You know what I mean? But that's completely undeserved. Completely undeserved. But it's exciting, if anything. It's probably one of the most exciting seasons in a long time, but exciting in all the wrong ways. I'm no overly jubilant. I'm just...
Do you think Rangers fans will judge Danny Rowe more when he gets his own players in? Because he's basically inherited Martin's shitty squad, pretty much. Do you think after he gets his own players in and he's...
I'd like to see first how much money he's got to spend in January. I think that's the main thing. Let's see what he's actually getting to spend. Because if he's getting to spend a fair whack, then I 100% judge him. But see if he's only getting a couple in, or maybe enough to maybe 1 or 2 players, I'll see on it. I'll see where it goes. But again, at least we're not getting beat. At least we're winning games. It might not be pretty. Some of the Rangers players are now are absolute bomb scares, man. Like, was it last night? When was the Hibs game last night?
2 nights ago.
I don't even know what day it is anymore. I remember Fernandez played the most shocking pass across his own 18-yard box. It went miles away for who was supposed to go to. Right, and I'm going up. Then 5 minutes later, he scores an absolute peach of a header. What chance he got? Giga's one of the worst footballers I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't know how that guy plays, gets a game at Rangers. We've no striker, we've got no strike force, we've got nothing. There's nothing up front. That Chermiti, the less said about him, the better. It's a bomb scare from front to back, but the fact that he's getting some sort of tune out of them now is making me feel a bit better about things. But again, I'm still just completely and utterly like PTSD for what fucking Russell Martin's done to us.
Sorry, we've got our own version of Russell Martin now, don't we, Jamie boy?
He's really do, and I'm not even kidding. He's on. You've got a mirror image of everything that we went through. The stuff that guy's saying is making me shudder. You know what I mean? It's just making me the full hang on. I'm not here for winning. I'm here for performances. That's Russell Martin. Russell Martin actually said that. Then the full Twitter hang and all this carry on. Then the wee board and everything. This is the pettiness I'm talking about with Rangers and Celtic. See that wee board, mate? The fucking world flew with that. You know what I mean? All he was a manager with a wee board. Any other league in the world would have got away with it, but no here. You know what I mean? It's insane.
He's booking a coach trip up to Loch Lomond now, I think.
That's it. Get him in there. Get him up, Ben Lomond.
See what you're talking about. You're talking about like the pettiness and all that. Like, obviously, I started a TikTok a year ago and just doing this podcast and all that. And what the most viral video I've done was, remember when Cherny scooshed the fans?
Aye.
Right. I just done a video saying, what's the big fucking deal? We scooshed a couple of fans. It's fucking... That took off, man. That got millions of fucking views, man.
Aye.
And people go like, it's not the point and all that. And I'm like, what? It's a fucking bit of water.
You don't know what's in that bottle.
I could have been blind.
Aye, could be anything.
Because that was, remember, that's the time we all Brian mind they don't own the podcast and the Monday. And I end up arguing and tell him just to fuck off.
It could have been anything in that water bottle, but the wee bottles of poison everywhere. Like, there you go. I don't know if
he's managed to get to see it, but I wrote a sketch about that. I done a Netflix trailer called Skooshgate, And it was all about that. You know what I mean? And at the end of the guy was all bandaged up and all that shit.
That's right, I remember that.
Aye, well, I say mine took half, mate. Yours done about fucking 10 times better, but it was big for me, you know what I mean?
No, not at all. But this
I
is
bought the
the
cup.
thing, though. This is what I say. People see if it was all the way around, we'd have probably reacted the exact same way. You know what I mean? There would have been the exact same reaction for Rangers fans. So that's the full thing I'm saying. Like, it's always chalk and cheese. Whatever one finds funny one week, the next week the other side will find funny and the other side will be extremely offended by it. You know what I mean? It's total pettiness and childishness, and I love every single bit of it. It's brilliant. And I mean, the conversations I have, mate, with grown men, fully grown men who are fucking seething at the mouth over the most mundane things is insane. It's absolutely insane. So
I think the best one's when you're at the game and somebody's shouting, just say it's Callum McGregor, but they're shouting him his first name as if they know him. Like, Callum, mate, come on, Callum!
You're better than this, Callum. You're better than this.
Oh, fuck, there's my Uncle Stevie. Oh, it's happening, mate. Like, Callum, come on, son.
Honestly, man.
I love that shout. I love that.
Obviously, talking about the current Rangers team and that as well, what positions would you like to strengthen in January?
Them all. every single bit. First and foremost, that defence. That is not a defence. That is, honestly, there's no even words for that. It's non-existent. There's nothing there. They're a complete and utter fucking bomb scare. How long have you got? I'll sit here all night and I'll say every fucking adjective under the sun that describes these. They're terrible. Midfield's not too bad. With Connor Barron and stuff like that, Raskin and stuff. But there's nobody to play. I mean, we've got Danilo. I mean, we're better off with Danilo's dad. Danilo's dad's causing more of that stuff on the fucking sidelines than fucking Danilo's actually doing. So I mean, there's nobody. Mate, we sold Hingy, we sold Digamani, and we sold Dessers. I mean, two people who we absolutely slate it, but they scored. I mean, Dessers was on track to be one of the Rangers' top goal scorers. You know what I mean? It was an absolute. It was a duff and a half, right? But he scored. You know what I mean? But he's now where is he? Panathinaikos.
Panathinaikos, but he's injured, so he's played 4 games this season.
Igamani's scoring over in Lille. I know that as well.
He's injured now, no?
What a few quid for him, but don't you? So.
Aye.
I mean, can't remember. Mate, honestly, see the past 6 months just shell shock, total glazed over. I have no idea what's going in and out of that fucking club.
Anything could have happened in your lap.
Anything could have happened. Martin's still there. I've no idea.
Stuart, what do you make it Tav? Do you think he's finished?
This is a touchy subject because I've Tav bashed a few times. And felt the wrath of it. Listen, he's been here a long time, but just because he's here a long time doesn't necessarily mean he's a legend. All right, that doesn't mean that at all. He's been through quite a lot. He's seen us for the very 2015 he joined. I mean, Warburton era. He's played a lot of great games. He's scored a lot of important goals, but at the end of the day, a lot of the goals got us nowhere. You know what I mean? Right. You say they're important goals, but they're only important goals if there's a trophy at the end of it. Right? So 90% of the goals that he did score, I remember like the run to Seville where he scored against he was scoring against Dortmund, he was scoring against Leipzig and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, we got to the final and fantastic, and then we won one league. He's won 1 league in 10 attempts. You know what I mean? So again, it's that tight line, it's a tightrope you're walking with Tavernier. I wouldn't say he's a legend. I really wouldn't. But he's been there. He'll get a testimonial simply on the fact that he's been there long enough. And then it might be one of the ones when he leaves, we start going, he was actually pretty all right, wasn't he? He was actually good. I mean, that's probably what's going to happen here.
See, for Celtic performances. So for a Celtic fan point of view, though, right? I mean, I do get it where he's coming from because obviously no winning enough trophies, nor that, and Tavernier's always in the team and he's part of the problem and all this. But I've got to be honest, every time I watch Rangers or every time, you know, playing against Celtic or whatever, I'm happy if Tavernier's known the team, you know what I mean? Because he's a constant threat. He's a constant threat, you know what I mean? And it's like, how many times, I don't know how many times I've been sitting there on my phone and, you know, it's 1 each or whatever with 5 minutes to go and pops up Rangers have scored and it's Tavernier, do you know what I mean? So it's like...
100%, but again, it goes back to, it's all very well and good beating you, right? But was it not a couple of seasons ago we beat you 4 times and still didn't win the league? You know what I mean? So,
it doesn't matter, man.
Exactly, at the end of the day, unless we're beating you and winning a league, it only matters so much. Don't get me wrong, we all love getting one over on Rangers or getting one over in Celtic. We'll take it every day of the week. But after 10 years of inconsistency, bringing back a trophy, I mean, he's won every trophy, but he's not won. He's won them all separately and individually. So it's a weird one. It's a weird one with Tavernier. I can't quite place him. I love him, and I hate him at the same time. It's a weird one.
I'm on the same boat as Jamie to a point, but I do feel that giving him like the Hall of Famer and all that, I'm like, what has he really achieved? Like,
I think it's just the amount of goals he scored. He scored an unbelievable amount of
Hall of
goals for his
Famer and
position.
he's like Ali
Goals and
McCoy
assists.
and
That's all that's for.
it's players that go in important games that if we win, we're winning a cup. Like Alan McCoy would be the star of the show.
Well, there's the game.
That sort of thing. I mean,
The free each game 2 years ago, the fucking Blue Pyro hadn't even left the stadium and we were already retweeting after he's put it half my head in his brain.
I know my dodgy box didn't even kick in at that point.
I was sitting in the corner with the fucking
that was a freak goal though, man. That was a freak goal. I mean, Maida's fucking like a wee fucking Duracell fucking bunny, do you know what I mean?
He knows that, but he's played against him many a time, so he should fucking know he's up his arse.
I loved it when Maida was playing. I
Well.
did love it when Maida was playing.
The amount of times he's played against Maida, he should know him inside out, but every time he plays against him, it's as if it's the first time he's ever done it. He's close every time. He gets turned inside out by a Maida every single time. But he does come up with some bits of brilliance. He does come up with some bits of absolute excellence. But again, if there's no end result, what the fuck's the point? What's the point? You know what I mean? It'll be worthy a DVD. You know what I mean? Tavernier's tap goals.
There's your stock and filler right there, lad. Thanks very much.
Listen, we a team like Rangers, I wouldn't be surprised. They'll bring that out with a seventh kit. You know what I mean? Honestly, man.
I know the amount of kits you bring out is absolute mental. With that Legends kit and all that as well, with all the names and stuff like that.
You see, in the past maybe 5 years, there's been kits that Rangers have brought out that they've only ever wore once, right? There's about 2 or 3 kits. There was a Legends one. There was a 150th anniversary one. There's ones that I've got in the house that I've never seen them wear ever. I'm going, I fucking paid £80 for that. I mean, that was another one. I remember I was in the Rangers shop one time, and I overheard that boy telling me that he'd bought a full kit for his son in last season, and he never wore the kit once, and his son has got it. You know what I mean? He bought a full kit, and the team never wore it once.
Right.
They do a lot of that. Rangers, they put a kit out for anything. You know what I mean?
Castro had Jews and strings at one point. I think it was just anything. There's AC/DC and all throw them on it.
I know that's the other one. AC/DC one.
What's the point? What's the point?
Fucking point in that. You know what I mean?
You're doing it as well with these pride taps and all that because it's Adidas. All the team sponsored by Adidas bring you a pride tap.
It's like the retro Adidas stuff and all that. It wasn't retro for us. We've never had Adidas before.
Well,
so maybe
I went by the Celtic shop in Brayhead today, and there was a lot of black boot Celtic taps for years gone by, but they've just made it black boot. And we've done it with NPL taps.
I know. It's mild, mate. It's mental. It happens in both clubs. There's people that work for both the clubs that are just they're no in touch with the fans in any way, shape, or form.
Nah.
When it comes to the marketing and comes with like putting things out, like there's a million. I see a million with Rangers. You just go, who said I to doing that? Like who gave that the fucking green light?
I think a lot, man.
What the days they bring an orange tap out because you know that's a fucking idea.
Every time, not a problem. Get that fucking orange tap out.
The fans are raging. Get that orange tap out again.
See if you lose the night, there'll be a non-stop fucking on Sunday. Don't worry about it.
You spoke about it earlier, mate. You did mention Hearts in that, but I need to ask you, push you for a prediction. Do you think Hearts will bottle it, or do you think that they'll go and win it?
I'd like to see them bottle it, but if they bottle it, and as I say to you, if it is Celtic that win this league, then it's insane. It'd be an insane turn the events. If Rangers won it, of course, being a Rangers fan, I'd be over the moon with it. Would I feel we deserved it? No. But would I care? No, not at all. Hearts are never going to have a better chance than what they're doing right now. They're actually playing confidently. They're winning games. I mean, they beat that big one. If you had kept Martin O'Neill for the 3 games, by the way, it would have been a completely different kettle of fish. the league table would have been completely different right now, I think. The fact that Hearts have beat yous, they've got all the confidence in the world. They need to go out and they need to beat us on Sunday. Right? If they beat us on Sunday, it'll really take an implosion for themselves for somewhere to stop them. I mean, how many points are they ahead tonight?
6.
6.
6 of them.
2 games in hand, but
Two
Celtic
games
got 2
in
games in hand. Which
9
is
in
the night,
front
which
of
is
us.
going to be a fucking loss, but
9 in front of us. We've got a game at home. We play them Sunday, so it could be done to none. Do you know what I mean?
If Rangers beat them on Sunday, right, and then we beat yous in January, game over. I say Rangers are back to there. If Rangers get beaten Sunday, I'd be shocked to see anybody but Hearts win it.
Yeah.
Which is mental, which is chaos.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure that was a prediction, man. What you actually going to say? Go for it. Who's winning it?
Rangers
we winning the league.
Who's winning the league? Rangers in it. That's what you're right to say here.
Oh, you have to say
I'll
that.
give you that months ago.
I'll always say it, mate. Rangers could be bottom. Rangers could be bottom with fucking 2 games to go. But that's still in this.
Well, Martin, there was a point you was nearly bottom, and David was still saying, we'll win it, it's all right.
I mean, honestly, I've never seen a Rangers team that low in the league in my entire life. I'm 36, sorry. You know what I mean? I've never seen them that low in my life. Yeah. It was scary. I was going, what the fuck's going on here? And, but again, just the start of the season, Rangers had the full Russell Martin thing. If it wasn't for the Celtic issues, then it would be dead in the water. The fact that you haven't done too well and we've managed to kind of pick ourselves back up, we could maybe see a wee seesaw event here where now for the last 6 months of the league, it's shoes that are gubbed and we start to get a resurgence. And then again, it's just down to Hearts. It comes down to Sunday. We'll see what happens on Sunday. But then it comes into the Elf Firm in January. We'll need to see what happens with that. If he's lose that, man, don't think Parkhead will be standing.
I know, I'll be greeting in Parkhead when that happens. I'll be greeting.
What do you think? Is Nancy done? Are you done with him?
Done, mate.
Don't stop.
Nice.
Did you not see that? Did you not see that clip we done? Put it on Instagram and all that.
I watched one. Was it last night you stuck on?
Me and him fucking going at it.
I was just trying to get a wee word there.
We found out it was a miscommunication. I didn't expand on my point. It wasn't
really.
It was because you were saying you thought I was saying that the players didn't have enough quality.
Right, well, somebody says to you, right, that player or these players aren't good enough. How do you take that? Do you take that as quality? The quality of them isn't good enough.
I wouldn't say they weren't good enough because Martin O'Neill got he's winning. You know what I mean?
But I was saying, like, they might have the quality in the world, but I feel they're not good enough with determination, a bit of bottle, a bit of fight. I think it's been lacking all season. Under Martin O'Neill, we've had a wee bit of resurface a wee bit, but
there has been times though.
Majority of the season, I feel that it's been lacking. I feel defence, to quote Rodgers, is weak as piss.
See with Celtic though, it's happened a few times in the past maybe 5 or 6 seasons. See when you genuinely get a challenge, your arse goes. You know what I mean? Like when you genuinely get a challenge, a majority of the time your arse goes and it's squeaky bum time and you either get through it or it crumbles apart. That's what happened when Rangers won the 55th one. That seems to happen with Celtic, and I've got the qualities. Of course, you've got the quality of players. I mean, there's not that many players that are any different than there's been skeleton teams all season. You know what I mean? So it's just the finger is 100% pointed at Wilfred Nancy. It's the way he's trying to get his playing. Again, I'm not a football manager, mate. I could sit here and spout a lot of shit. I ain't get a clue, but Stevie Wonder could see that he's playing your players just in the most ridiculous positions. I mean, St Mirren absolutely tanked his.
I do feel that Nancy, what he has done, has got it wrong, but I do feel like there's a lot of other factors of why we're in the position that we're in.
Well, was it Maeda? He wants to go, didn't he? He's already stated that he doesn't want to
Well, he's saying he wants to stay.
I know anybody wants to stay now.
Does he want to stay now? Well, saying is, see if I was all the way around, see if I was the Rangers team, see if there was a Rangers player that said they wanted to go and then changed his mind, we'd all be telling him to get the fuck, regardless. You know what I mean? And I'd encourage you all to say that to him. You don't pick and choose to stay at a team like Celtic. Celtic are massive, one of the biggest clubs in the world. It's not dictated by how you feel that day. Oh, do you know what? I'll stay now. I'll fight for my match. No, fuck off. That's it.
The thing is, you're absolutely bang on, mate, and I think that fans do realise this, and I think that they don't forget. Like, for instance, here's an example of Edward, right, when he was at Celtic, he down tools, you could see it, he was moping about the park, and he wasn't playing at the level. Similar to Maida, I'm not saying Maida's moping about, but he's not playing at the level that he was. Whereas, see, somebody like Kyogo, Brendan Rodgers came out and said Kyogo said for months and months he wanted to go. You could not have told that on the park. Do you know what I mean? He was running about daft, he was still scoring goals and that, so I agree with you, mate. I mean, listen, we could have this debate about going down to England and all that. I don't believe any Celtic or Rangers player should be going down to England unless they're going to one of the big clubs. I don't agree with going to fucking Crystal Palace or, you know, Southampton and all that. I really don't.
There's a World Cup in the summer, isn't there?
Yeah.
So maybe his agent said you need to start at the end of the season for this Japan team.
But
Do you know what I mean?
The fact that Kyogo didn't get called up for the Japan team when he was in Celtic, I mean, he was fucking banging the goals in.
And what's fucked out there, you know what I mean? He's fucking...
Where is he now, by? Where even
Birmingham, mate.
Aye,
Still get again.
You missed that to the City the other day, I'm sure.
Aye.
But listen, it's the same as I remember Ryan Kent fucking down tools, and then look, he's now a free agent. He's been papped out of Seattle Sounders or something like that. Was it?
Right.
There's hundreds of players have moved for some reason. That
Golson.
Every Rangers player. You know what I mean? Fucking
Golson only signed a new contract because nobody wanted him.
Aye, shit like that. There's
Morelos
as well.
You done like Golson, but
and one fucking move to Santos, and what's he doing with himself now? Absolutely fuck off.
Oh, mate, he got the most goals in Colombia. He's played 60 games and scored 25 goals.
Fair enough.
He's back. He's doing all right.
Fair enough.
I seen that a couple of weeks ago.
But the things he could have done here, if he applied himself, that's probably he's probably the last proper striker we had. Him and Jermaine Defoe. We've no replaced him, and that's where we're currently sitting. I couldn't even tell you which strikers we actually do have at Ibrox now. I've no idea. I think it's whoever fucking turns up first. Honestly, man.
Strikers are just so important, man. Do you know, obviously, like, I said this at the time, like, I always said, like, I know you mentioned Dessers earlier, and you're, again, bang on, mate, about how he scores these goals and a threat and all that, but I always said, see if we lose a title to a Rangers team with, like, Dessers a striker, then we're fucking obviously really bad. So you need somebody who's going to, the thing with Dessers is he scored goals, but he never ever done it in the big games, in the right times, in the vital moments. You know what I mean? And Kyogo did, for instance, for Celtic, and you look at the teams in the years for Rangers, Boyd and everybody else. So
Kyogo was deadly. He was Kyogo.
Boyd never scored against Celtic.
Who
scored what?
But he scored in like cup finals and
goals. Walter Smith trapped him for Europe as well because he just wasn't that person to lead the line in Europe.
Who's that?
Chris
Boyd. Aye, listen, Boyd had an up and down time with Rangers. Like, as much as Boyd's, he's a top SPL goal scorer, but I mean, there's massive patches of his career with Rangers where he was nowhere to be seen. Actually, I don't know if I'm right here. I don't think he ever scored at Parkhead.
No, it was
for Rangers anyway.
I know for Rangers. He never scored against Celtic at Parkhead. He scored against Celtic at Ibrox, but he never scored against Celtic at Parkhead. Am I right there? Am I correct in saying that?
I'd say that's right, mate. Aye.
The game he scored in, Charlie Miller would put the second one underneath the wall.
There you go.
That was his only goal in a real firm game.
Aye, Charlie Adam. So that's where we're now. Like we say, like just he's had a fall for grace, a massive one. But he's an experiencing what Rangers fans have been experiencing for the past fucking 2 or 3 years. It's horrible, mate. So buckle yourself because it's fucking
You're just saying it's horrible, but both of you are smiling. The two of the bottom.
That's horrible.
You know why? It's a fucking relief now. You finally know how it feels, mate. So this is the pent up anger we've had for all these years, and he's never understood it. Now he's getting a wee taste of it. So
you're just like
I say, man.
We could fall apart and all. The rules not get the answers yet.
Like I say, mate, 90s fucking across the Ibrox, I fucking understood it. I felt your pain, mate, don't worry.
That's it, mate.
Is that how you went to Gaz's signing?
I've told that on here. I went to Gaz's signing. I stayed in the flats right across the road for Ibrox. Gaza turned up that day, Scotsman. All my mates were going down. Just come. So I was outside that day. Fuck it, I'll admit it. And another thing, I seen you were in the Viceroy yesterday. I've been in there and all.
I was,
It's
mate.
a good boozer.
The reason I was in the Viceroy is the boy I was telling you about, the boy that we wrote the show about, Tom Valence, he owned the Viceroy. And there's still hundreds of shit that is still there for back in the day. It's like there's hundreds of things that have still no changed, and hundreds of wee artifacts on the wall and stuff like that. So it's a really cool wee pub. It's like that. So what's that? The chapel that Brother Wilfred fucking created Celtic in?
St Mary's.
It's basically it's like something like that. You would go there, whereas you know, but Celtic fans know about that, whereas a lot of Rangers fans don't know about the Viceroy's background. So that's a big thing I'm trying to do with this show, is the fact that there's remnants of Rangers past all over Glasgow, and you'd walk by them in the street, you wouldn't even notice them, you wouldn't even see them. And I said yesterday, like that, a place like the Viceroy should have one of the plaques, should have a plaque in the wall saying this is where fucking one of the earliest members of Rangers Football Club, like the first captain, one of the first presidents, like he owned this pub. Aye.
It should definitely be about it, definitely.
I know the Celtic do, it's the Celtic Grave Society, and that's where you see the wee plaques, and they go about and they do the exact same thing, and they do tours and stuff like that. I've been.
You should be doing that. It's not a thing at all. Like it's a very weird thing. So over in Partick at the West of Scotland Cricket Club, that's where Rangers played their first Scottish Cup final over there, right? And there's a wee plaque, but it's also the place where Scotland and England played for the very first time, right? And all it's there is a tiny wee plaque, and the full thing is, see if that was in England, see if that game happened in England, it'd be a museum. The English FA would have turned that into a fucking museum and charged you 30 quid in to come and see it. Whereas because it's up here, it's still just a fucking cricket park where people take their dogs for a shite.
I've seen that it may be getting turned into flats. And then after the government's thinking about stepping in and making it like
it needs to be made. It's literally it's a part of world football heritage. It's where the very first international game ever took place, and also that the Scottish Cup final the Rangers played there. It was a monumental one. They had 3 replays, and this is where Rangers fans get we're always cheated. So the ball went. They didn't have a net. They didn't have nets during that time, and the ball it was like 5 minutes to go for the game. It was they were drawn. It was either 1 each or 2 each, and Rangers scored. But because the people who were watching the game, the spectators, were so crowded round the pitch, the ball went through the post, hit a spectator, and bounced back into the other team's keeper. So he grabbed it quickly, booted the ball back out, and the referee just thought the keeper caught it. But he's like, no, the fucking Rangers scored. Like, no, he didn't. Big strum-ass, right? And then the boy that got hurt was the professor of surgery at Glasgow University, and he walked out to the middle of the pitch with a big dirty mark, and went like, it fucking went past me because I was standing behind it. Still never got it. So we've been getting cheated since 18 fucking 77.
Must be the same referees.
Guarantee it. Fucking fucking ancestor.
Kevin Clancy's there.
Clancy's ancestor.
He's VAR that day.
So things like that. I mean, there's a lot of stories like that. Then there was one time in I think it was 1879 where something similar happened, and it went to a replay, and Rangers refused to turn up. They went, no, fuck you, we're not coming. And the other team got the Scottish Cup because Rangers were too stubborn to turn up.
Honestly, man, we go back in this fucking podcast. Davey always likes to bring up, what about fucking 1978 and all that?
Just brought up fucking 1877.
Exactly, mate. That's the furthest back we're fucking went yet, man. Stuart, it's been a pleasure talking to you, mate. End of every podcast, we like to ask our guests this question. Obviously, you're a huge Rangers fan, as we've spoke about, and 5-a-side team, you're the coach, mate. What's your 5-a-side team of Rangers players in your lifetime?
Kloss, Amoruso, and Craig Moore at the back, right? In the middle, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. George Alberts, and up front, Alan McCoist.
Well, I think you've been asked that question before.
I have, mate. To the back.
That's formation and everything.
Albert's in the middle. Fucking, he'll scoop up everything.
I'm surprised. So the only one that surprises me is Craig Moore.
Mate, I loved Craig Moore. Craig Moore was solid, man. Craig
That's
was
a right back.
He was a right back. He was a right back, but when you think he's centre half, Rangers have had a ton of amazing centre halves. I mean, especially in my lifetime and all. I remember Big Boomsong. He was a brick wall, but we only had him for 6 months.
Boomsong, Quella. I thought Quella would have maybe been.
Brilliant, mate. Quella was. Do you know what? Sasa Papac, he was a left back, but I always say Sasa Papac is the biggest unsung hero in Rangers history. He was perfection. You never heard him because he always done something right. You never heard MD moaning about Sasa Papac. It was a rare thing when you heard Sasa Papac's name getting spoke negatively. He never put a foot wrong, and he's just one of the players that's went quietly into Rangers fucking history and folklore. He was. I've got a Manchester 2008 final top, and I've got Papac on the back here.
Class.
Perfect.
I was there that night. Fucking Mark Wilson smashed the ball into his face. Fucking.
Mate,
I was right behind the goal for that, man. That was the night Lennon and McCoy squared up.
I was going to say, because I couldn't remember when you mentioned Quayler. It's just that video is like, player of the year, now he's a dick. And I remember I was at that game and all, and after I was like, fucking, I'm ball behind the goal, going bananas.
Exactly, Quayler punched it, right? But fucking Sasa Papac put his fucking head in it.
You seen him just crumble, like,
I just fold it.
It's no good. I don't think that's good. He's just like,
that shot was about 60, 70 mile an hour, man. He took it square to the face. You know what I mean? Aye. He's on choice
shot Mark Wilson's ever had in his life, man.
That was a mental game, mate. Bring back that kind of see those kind of Celtic games. That was intense as anything. I remember I remember Hingy. Was it fucking Jan Vennegoor scored the last minute at Parkhead, and I was just fucking gut wrenching. But do you know what? See Rangers and Celtic games at night time always better than Rangers and Celtic games during the day. See a night time Rangers and Celtic game.
Oh, amazing.
Somebody's getting snapped.
I was in Shawlands that night. Remember it?
I was going to say I got scared well later when Hesselink scored, because see when you used to get the bigger allocation, I used to sit just very close to the gap. As soon as he scored, I jumped up, and met a fucking light and I cracked on the back of the head.
If anybody deserved it, it was you.
Aye, my uncle picked up and sparked a fag, like, you're alright, you man, and just rubbed it better. And I'm like, cheers.
I was in Shawlands that night, mind that boozer church in the hill. You know, going to that one.
Me, I'm really in the town. You know what I mean, like if I'm going to town, I'm going to Oswald's or I'm going to the Loudon.
For fuck's sake, you're probably bumped into this. You're probably bumped into you, Dave. You 100 times.
No, because they don't let you sing songs in Oswald. You're not allowed to sweary words.
Are you know? I can't shoot.
I get told to get off a chair and stop singing "Fuck the Pope." That's not for me, Jamie.
You might break the chair.
Aye, so obviously, mate. Last thing, obviously, you've got the Gallant Pioneer. You're still going to keep making your wee sketches and all that, because we were talking about it in work today with a couple of the boys about that one you done with fucking 60,000 t-shirts. That was funny.
That was a belter.
You know what? That was an old idea I had that I never got to do. That was a sketch idea that I actually wrote for Only Excuse that they knocked back. I can't remember the exact details about it. It was either Rangers lost a cup final or Celtic lost a cup final, and I had that idea and I sent it to them, and they never took it. So it's been on the back burner for a long time. And then it just dawned on me again all night. Like, belter.
Ideal.
I know, but I had to go and get that t-shirt printed, right? And the boy was clearly a Celtic fan, man. Honestly, I was like, mate, bear with me here, right? And he was like to me, it was a boy I knew. And I said to him, I was like, any chance of getting this? I no bother at all, sorted, no bother. What do you want on it? As soon as I told him what you want, mate, it was about 4 hours later. He could have done it in 20 seconds. It took 4 hours. But the sketch, the full thing with the sketches was I was after Only Excuse finished. I'll be quick here to get this out. After Only Excuse ended, there was talks of me taking over doing a sketch show for BBC, but COVID happened and everything shut down, and we never had that conversation again. And then when I started doing the theatre shows, a lot of my time was taken up with that. And now I've got a wee boy as well, so my time was just absolutely minuscule. And I always wanted, when it came to do the sketches, I was only ever going to do sketches if they were worthwhile and they were ones that proper were going to land. I always thought if I do one every week, I was like, someone will be shy and I'll just be pissed, and then I'll just end up fucking just looking like an absolute dick. So I pick and choose when I do them now, when I know full well I've got an idea that's really going to work. And then this year I started doing wee sketch shows, but I do them live. I done it in the Pavilion in Glasgow. We done an hour and a half long one. So I might do that yearly. I might just be a yearly thing because the BBC aren't interested in doing any sketch shows, which is mental because sketch shows are the best thing about Scottish comedy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all grew up with Tune the Fat and we all grew up with All the Excuse and Burniston and all these. It's a joke that there's no sketch shows in Scottish telly anymore. But now you can do them on YouTube and stuff like that. You can do that. So I was caught between the two, doing a monthly YouTube sketch show and just seeing how that goes. Or once a year I can do it live, and I'll go and I'll do the Pavilion again. So I've done it this year, worked out well, I enjoyed it. I'll maybe do it again next year, but it's just about the time I've got, mate. I've gave myself an absolute fucking horror schedule, man. Next year, I'm going from Sydney to Stornoway. That's a fucking laugh. You know what I mean? Just shout like
That's a trek, man. That one. But hey, mate.
It was harder for me to get to Stornoway than it was for me to get to fucking Sydney.
Well, mate, you fucking just keep remembering, mate. You used to be a postie. You know what I mean?
Used to be a postie. I could still be a postie again tomorrow. I could all fall apart. You know what I mean?
Mate. But hey, just enjoy the way it lasts, mate. But anyway, Stuart, you're a legend, mate. Thanks very much for coming on. It's been a total pleasure talking to you, mate. All the best for the future. Thanks again, pal.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Stuart. Cheers, my man.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Cheers.